All right, we'll wait for another minute here. Make sure you guys are muted during the introduction, and then once I open it up to Q&A, we'll just do questions one at a time.
Just a suggestion. Maybe you should mute everybody and then them raise their hands and then you bring them up to the table.
I don't know how to do
we
that,
don't
man.
start talking all over each other.
I don't know how to do that.
Okay,
Do
I think you
you?
just hit the mics on the right side of people's faces.
And then mute them?
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
I believe. I'm not 100% sure. I think that's how it works.
I'm doing it now. So we've got a lot of people coming in still, so bear with me here.
There might even be a mute all option in the tab on the right. I'm not 100% sure.
I don't see it. I'm busy muting though. We almost got it all. We still got people coming in.
Yeah, this way you mute all the whole time. It's got to be options.
All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and start. What I'm going to do is just set an agenda as far as what we're going to talk about. Let me shut my computer volume down here real quick. Then we're going to go over the agenda, and then we're going to open it up to Q&A. Okay. So before let me see if I can go into live video because we've got a drawing that we need to do. So let me get here live video. All right. So you guys know that we did a drawing. My wife put all the names in a hat. We're just going to draw 10. If you're a winner, you need to go on either Facebook or Twitter on the post where your name is, and then I need your contract address. I need to know that the contract is the person who actually wins. So go on Facebook or Twitter and claim your prize. I'm just going to go in here. We're going to draw 10, and then we're going to go to the rest of the agenda. Okay, I'm not going to look. Craig Mason is the first winner. Craig Mason, I think that's on Twitter. All right, what we got here? El Rio Caprice. El Rio Caprice, I think that's on Facebook. J-Rod Crypto. J-Rod Crypto, that's on Twitter. Robert James Divinagracia, I believe that's on Facebook. So we got 4. All right. Selas Oludacrap Maliu on Facebook. Selas Oludacrap Maliu on Facebook. That's 5. All right. Josh Wood, and that's on Facebook. We got 4 more. Ray Strickland on Facebook. Rhina GRG on Facebook. That's 8. Jerome Badana. That's on Facebook. Man, you work for me, dude. I'll let you win, but you can't take up. That's weird. So I'm gonna do another one. I'll give Jerome winnings, but he can't win in the drawing. But
Sir,
Jerome, you
just
did
give it,
win.
sir. Just give
All
it to
right.
the other. Okay, yeah.
All right. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We got 2 more. 3. All right. Sean Meager Holschwitzen. Sean Meager Holschwitzen, and that's on Facebook. We got 1 more. Kevin Farley. Kevin Farley, and that's on Facebook. So if you won, you need to go on Twitter and Facebook and claim where you said, just on your comment where you said I want to win, put your contract address, all match up where you said I want to win, obviously with whatever's, make sure it's the same person, and we'll give you the 100 billion Scrooge that you want, Jerome. Obviously, you're going to get 100 billion. You work for me, but I'll give it to you because you did win, but I'm not going to take that out of the drawing prize. All right, guys. So let's talk about what we're going to talk about is the 30-day plan for Scrooge. We're going to talk about the casino that's imperative to keep Scrooge not only operational in the future once we get late investors coming in, but it's going to be the bread and butter, and it's going to allow us to grow in every direction that we want to. Okay. And then I want to talk about the BUSD rewards. I want you guys to understand what it is and how it's going to come into your wallet to make sure that when we go live, you should be seeing those rewards every 60 minutes. And we're going to talk about that. And then I want to talk to you about keys to 100x, right? Keys to 100 times and how we're going to get there and how the holders are going to help us do so. Okay. So when it comes to a 30-day plan, every entity or business or whatever it is that's starting out has to have a marketing plan, budget as far as expenses low, and everything basically focused on marketing, and that's what we're doing. Okay, I told you guys that we're going to do a $30,000 to $40,000 marketing launch, and that's what we're going to do. Okay, we've already started the Facebook campaign. We're going to spend about $10,000, probably over a 4 to 5 day window on Facebook, and then we're going to do the same on Twitter. Okay, we've already got a campaign live on Twitter. We're going to spend another $10,000 on a Twitter campaign, gaining followers, and then establishing a base on tweets or on posts to drive in traffic to social media, gain followers, and make them aware of Scrooge. Okay, and we're going to focus mainly on, this is the people that we're looking at. Okay, we're looking at people who understand cryptocurrency, who like Shiba Inu and Doge, which are kind of off-centered cryptos. And then we're going to focus on people who like online gaming, casinos, poker, blackjack, because those are going to be our initial crowd initially. And we want to get as many of them as we can. Okay. And then, so I've already been talking with Reddit. Reddit is going to be an amazing stream, guys. Reddit and Twitter. A lot of people that have crypto or utilize crypto is on the Reddit platform. So I've got an appointment with Reddit on Monday in order to be able to advertise on the platform. Basically, guys, just so that you know, in order to advertise cryptocurrency on the Reddit platform, you have to be willing to spend $50,000 every 3 months. So we're going to blow beyond that. We've got an appointment. I can't remember what time I scheduled. I just hit accept and done it real quick. But we got an appointment on Monday for that. And that's going to be, Reddit is going to be, once we get to where we have a ton of users on Facebook and Twitter, Reddit will probably be a massive part of our spending budget. Okay. And then we are also going to advertise on Telegram. With the Telegram platform, if you want to advertise directly with Telegram, you basically have to give them upfront $2 million, and then you have to be committed to spending $1 million. We're not going to do that yet. However, there are ways around that. In order to advertise on the Telegram platform, there are other companies that basically have already bought in the millions, and then we can just go in through them, and that's what we fully plan on doing. Okay, so obviously I was going to tell you that our logo was going to be updated tomorrow. My designer already got it done. We might have some revisions. I kind of wanted to see a little bit of a casino background around Scrooge, so that you can kind of not only see kind of a gangster type Scrooge, but the casino that we're going to really push in the background. So I might talk to him about some revisions and see what he can do to bring that casino atmosphere to life. Okay, we're working on, I don't know if any of you guys have ever seen Game of Thrones, where there's a book to kind of go over the sequel of Game of Thrones and kind of the storyline. We're actually working on that also with the developer and designer to bring the story of Scrooge to life. And then we're going to do a YouTube video and then broadcast it to the world, with the end obviously get in Scrooge and hold the coin. Okay, we're also going to do a YouTube video so that when we do live Q&As and stuff like that, we're going to have just an intro of Scrooge first, and then we'll go into the live Q&A. Okay, one of the things that I'm going to do on YouTube is I'm going to have another video so that I can talk about the casino mechanics and help people understand how the casino mechanics are going to work. Okay, let's see here. Let's talk a little bit about the casino. All right, I want you guys to understand that we have a big vision. Okay, now there's 100 trillion coins allocated to the casino. Those coins can't be bought or sold or anything like that. However, all of the BUSD rewards that come into the casino wallet is going to go into the casino. Okay, so this is going to help prepare the casino, get it designed, get it built, get it implemented, and then all of the funds is going to go into the casino. And what's going to happen, and just so you guys know, you should be excited. We've been talking to some gaming developers, but I'm already far into talk. So they've already told me what the stages will be, how much it's going to cost to get to launch into the beta. And then now they're trying to prepare a timeline for me, because you guys know I want it done within 90 to 120 days. Once we, 50x or 100x and people start seeing less BUSD rewards, we got to keep everybody, we got to keep everybody happy and continuing to want to participate in Scrooge and buy Scrooge. And that's where the casino comes into play. My main goal is to have literally $1 million tournaments inside the casino for poker. So $1 million Texas Holdem tournament, you hold Scrooge, you can buy in, and we'll figure out the mechanics down the road with the gaming developer, and then slots initially, and then we're going to continue adding games to the casino where it's just a literal all-out casino, and you can go in there and win big money just by holding our coin. Okay, so I'm again hoping for what I want within the next 30 days. My goal is to have everything solidified with a developer, a roadmap, a plan, and an understanding how long it's going to take from the start to the finish to get it into beta, so that you guys can have access. Only people on the pre-sale. So if you're not on this call, you're not going to have access to the beta. I have everybody's contract that bought into the pre-sale. That's basically going to be your login, right? So what we'll do with you guys is we'll have big tournaments. We'll have a big tournament and stuff like that, and then we'll work all the kinks out. And then once I feel like it's established enough to go live to the public, we'll go live to the public. Okay. So BUSD rewards, I know that everybody, there was a couple people in the chat. Well, everybody understands them, and most people do that are buying in, right? Most people do, but not everybody does. The way Scrooge works is the more coins that you hold, the more BUSD rewards you're going to receive. Okay. And my goal is obviously, guys, to get us to 1 million plus in volume. And once I do that, you might not understand, but literally once I get us to 1 million in volume, everybody who bought in pre-sale, you're going to 5x your money every month. So if we're doing $1 million in volume, you're going to 5x your money every month. If we're doing 200,000 in volume, you're going to 1x your money every month. So if you bought in 1,000 and we're only doing 200,000 in volume, you're going to make $1,000 in passive income every single month. If you bought in max and you bought in 5,000, you know, if we only do 200,000 a month, you know, during the grind, because it's going to be a grind. If you only do 200,000 a month or a day for a month, you're still going to get your money back within 30 days. Once we get to $1 million plus, and we're going to go past $1 million, especially once we get our casino rolling, you're going to 5x. And then anything above $1 million is more than 5x. So if I were you, okay, and this is me, you don't have to take my financial advice, but I am going to help you understand why. If I were you, with my BUSD rewards, I would just keep buying Scrooge until we drop to zeros. Once you drop to zeros, it's still a pretty good paying dividend. You're probably going to make 5 to 10% on your money with potential upside. You know, you're still going to be able to have a tremendous amount of upside, but the passive income will be significantly less. And most of you guys on this call, that's what you're interested in, passive income. So on the BUSD rewards, make sure that in your wallet, you've got Binance Peg BUSD showing up, because that's where the rewards are going to be automatically sent there. And it's going to be sent every 60 minutes based upon how much you hold, okay? So if you don't hold a whole lot of Scrooge and you only bought in at 0.1 or 0.25 BNB and you haven't seen BUSD rewards come in for an hour, don't freak out. Your BUSD rewards are based upon the volume of coins, so it might take a couple hours for you to see them, but you are going to see them. It's just that the reward has to be greater than the gas fee, right? Because on the Ethereum and Binance platform, there's gas fees on every transaction, and all of you know that because you bought in, okay? So I'm going to tell you guys the key to 100x, and I need you to understand, everybody on this call needs to understand how we can 100x. The marketing dollars that I spend, right, that we spend because we're all holders, and the marketing wallet is going to get 4% of the BNB to just spend on marketing, right? So if we're doing 100,000 a day, $4,000 is going to be spent on marketing. Now, a lot of coins, they won't do that. They'll say that they are, but they'll spend it on themselves. With us, we're going to spend every dollar that comes in for marketing on marketing, because we want to just continue blowing up, right? So the key to 100x, and the marketing is going to 3, 4, 10x. Just the marketing alone is going to probably, 10x or so the coin within the first 30 days, and it might go faster than that. It depends on what's going on in the market and stuff like that. A lot of people, because other projects are decreasing in value, this might be an opportune time for them to get into Scrooge, and you might see that play out on the poo chart later on when we go live. But the key to 100x is the marketing dollars spent and then the activity on social media. If you guys aren't active and actively participating and commenting on the post, on the Facebook post, on the tweets, sharing the Facebook posts, liking them, and then going to Reddit, commenting and stuff like that, when I spend the marketing dollars and people don't see the activity, they're going to think that the coin's flat. Okay, but if people see the activity, we've got 80 participants in this call right now. If all of you guys just participate in the 100x in the coin, when I drive the traffic to the social media sites, to our website, to PancakeSwap, and because the first thing people do, they look at Twitter, they look at Facebook, they look at Reddit, and they look at Telegram to see what kind of activity is in the chat room. And if they see that the activity is high, they buy. If the coin's going up, they see the activity is good, they buy, just like that. Especially an 8% BUSD reward coin, because they want the passive income just like you do. So the key to 100x is the marketing dollars are going to flood into the project. You be active, and I'm telling you, the coin's going to continue skyrocketing. It's just, and 100x isn't our goal. I mean, my goal is 100,000x. I mean, I got really big plans, really big vision. You guys know I've talked to you about this before. The casino is not the end goal. It's the beginning bread and butter to expand into other gaming projects beyond that. So I'm thirsty. I've wrapped up my portion of it, and I'm going to open it up to you guys. If you have any questions, you can start asking.
Right, guys.
I think you can raise your hand or something. I don't know. Somebody said you could raise your hand. I hope that's the case because I muted everybody.
Colin McLaren, sorry.
So I
Colin,
muted
sir.
everybody, and now nobody can talk.
Yeah, so if they have their hand up, you're going to have to unmute. You're going to have to bring them up to the stage, kind of.
How do you put your hand up?
So it looks
I mean,
like I need
you
to
don't need
unmute
to because you're not
everybody.
muted.
Doing that
I don't think
made it to where you guys can't communicate with me. So that was a bad idea.
I think that was just on Twitter with the raising
Am I
hand
wrong, or
thing.
can you guys raise your hand to ask a question? Anybody, somebody.
I don't think you can. I think that's only on a Twitter feature. I don't think Telegram has that. You're either muted or not. You're not. You can mute or unmute yourself.
All right, I can hear somebody now. Okay.
All the people with red microphones next to their name are muted by the admin. If you scroll down, you can see people that have their hand raised. You will need to unmute those specific people, but you did not, in fact, mute everyone. Only about half of the people were muted.
Yeah, a lot of people came in after the fact. So whoever was just talking, did you
I
have
hear
a
you.
question? If not, I'm going to just start allowing people to raise their hand and start talking.
Yeah. So my first question is going to be, or my only question, I'll leave the rest open to other people. What are the marketing plans that are directed for immediate action right at launch or immediately after launch? What are you guys doing?
We've already got marketing going on right now on Facebook and Twitter, and that has to be the main bulk of spending until Monday, until hopefully we get approved with Reddit. I'm going to look at some Telegram ads as well, and then we've also got a campaign. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Poo Chart and Coinzilla, but we've also got a campaign right there. I'm trying to see what the ROI is and if it's as beneficial as Facebook and Twitter. And as we find out what the ROI is on Coinzilla, then we'll scale the marketing dollars there. But if our marketing dollars is higher on Twitter, we're going to gravitate to whatever brings in the most revenue. Okay.
Okay, cool. Thank you. I appreciate that.
All right. So I got a couple. I got a couple of hands raised here. Let me. I don't know. All right, go ahead, Eli.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Go ahead.
All right, great. My question is, and I did send a message on Facebook just to understand how is if you can talk a little bit about the claiming, the coins that we purchased on pre-sale. This for me was the first time doing so. So for people that are less experienced, if you can explain a little bit about that part and what should we do from this point?
What I'm going to do, Jerome, if you would, go ahead and post the link and then pin it on how to claim tokens. And I think that will be more than sufficient for you, Eli, in order to claim your tokens. Basically, what you're going to do once we launch, instead of what's going on there, a claim button that's already there is then going to pop up for you to claim your tokens. But Jerome will post a link for you so that in here in the Telegram chat so that you can get it done.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. All right, let's go on here.
How do you ask a question if you can't raise your hand, James?
Trevor, you did raise your hand, so go ahead. And
I got two quick ones. One, when we go live, is there going to be a buy limit to buy back in? And two, is there going to be any kind of maintenance burn on coins?
So my thought process was to put a buy cap. I need your guys' thoughts, okay? Whether we want, because here's the thing: if we put a buy cap on, then somebody that's going to come in and buy 20 BNB, they're not going to be able to do so, right? They're not going to be able to do so, and then they're going to probably get frustrated because not everybody is on this call. So we don't want to limit people from buying, but we also don't want somebody coming in and buying, 20% of the coins or whatever. So in the chat, don't post anything else other than this. Do you want to cap or no cap? Cap or no cap? And I'll kind of listen to your guys' advice as far as what we should do. I'm beginning to think that we should do no cap, because I don't think anybody's going to come in and put 100 grand in yet. And as people buy in, the more you buy, it raises the price up. And we're all about seeing green right now. So you tell me what your thoughts are, and then we'll go from there. Does that answer it? Does that answer it?
Yeah, absolutely. And then is there going to be any kind of maintenance burn on coins, regular maintenance burn?
Well, there is going to be a burn. Okay, we're going to probably talk about that in the future. I think it's not a gimmick because it really does increase reflections for you guys as holders. But in the beginning, Trevor, we want to focus on utility. What happens, and we talked about this before, what happens a lot of times is coins will talk about this burn, do this and that, and then create like a wallet or something that really doesn't have true utility, because we already have stuff like that. What we don't have is a casino that's going to have millions of dollars floating into it for people who hold Scrooge. I mean, so we're not going to focus on the burn yet. In the future, if we see that we don't need the marketing dollars of 4%, what I've decided to do is transition to 2% marketing and a 2% burn. But we're not going to do that until I feel comfortable that the marketing has blown out of the water and everybody knows about Scrooge, if that makes sense.
Absolutely. I agree 100%.
Okay. All right. Let's see who we got next. I don't see anybody's hand being raised.
I don't
So,
even know.
all right, what we got, Shake and Bake?
No, I was just gonna say I don't even know how to raise your hand, so I don't know. I don't even see the option for it, so I don't know if others know how to.
All right, so I think everybody's answered the no cap, yes cap. Just one at a time. Say I want to talk, and then I'll come down to you, because whoever told me to mute it, I don't think that was the best idea. So if you would, in the chat, say me, and then I'll scroll down and find you.
It was a good idea. You just don't really understand how Telegram works.
Yeah, man, I'm new to Telegram. I'm an old, 40-year-old. Telegram's new. Maybe I should have done this.
I hear you, bro. I hear you. No worries. I hear you.
It would have been a little bit smoother.
But it does keep it orderly, though.
Yeah, XJ hand is raised. So if you can find XJ.
Yes, XT. Here we go. All right, XT.
All right.
XT, unmute. Go ahead.
Hey, firstly, man, may I just say I really appreciate what you're doing here. I stumbled across this in Pink Moon or Pink Swap, and when I saw you put your face to the project, I thought, yeah, this seems like a good dude, like trustworthy dude. I can support this. So just my question really quickly. I have two, if that's okay. I'll make them really quick. Firstly, where did you get the name for Scrooge from? And have you looked into any potential copyright issues on that? And
yeah,
secondly,
let me answer your first question first. The name itself, it's not copyrighted, right? It's Charles Dickens' book back in the 1800s. I don't know if you know the story of Scrooge, but he was a greedy old man. He obtained a lot of wealth in his even during. Somebody's is unmuted. Can everybody mute, please? So Scrooge he was a greedy old man. He obtained a lot of wealth. And then towards the end of his life, he met some ghosts, and it changed his life, and he started to be extremely giving. I'm not saying I've been Scrooge. I'm just saying that I love the idea of Scrooge, because not only that, but everybody wants to make money. So when people, especially here in America, think Scrooge is just, you think money, you think Scrooge McDuck, you think swimming in coins, swimming in crypto, and that's exactly what we're all going to be doing. So that's how that concept was birthed. Go ahead, next one.
okay, that's cool. All right. The next question is, you've there's a burn. Or already there's been a 50% burn,
Yes.
and I'm just wondering, any reflections from BUSD pushed to that burn address, or how is that managed?
No, there will be no
So 50,
reflection.
so that burn address gets reflections.
It will not get reflections. The burn address is dead, so it will not get any reflections. The reflections are only going to go to the live coins.
Okay.
There's 500 trillion coins right now in circulation total. All right, let's see if we got anybody else.
I'm not muted, but I have a question.
All right, go ahead. The people that are muted, are they able to raise their hands? I assume no.
Yes.
No,
The people with red mics can.
yeah, and once you mute them, then the button that they have with the microphone on it will turn to a little guy, and they press that, and that's how they raise their hand. But they will not get the button to raise their hand unless they are muted by you.
I'm muting everybody now so I can see your hands raised. All right, go ahead. Whoever had a question, go ahead.
Yeah, it was me.
Go ahead.
Just real quick, approximately how long after this call will it be to be able to collect and then go live?
So I want to, basically all I have to do is I want to try to get as many of the participants who won their coins out. And then that's it. So I would say maybe 30 minutes to an hour tops, but it might not even take that long. We want to push this thing quick. I mean, there's no reason. A lot of people are like, let's wait 10 days and stuff like that. There's no reason to wait. I mean, at the end of the day, there's not a person on this phone call that should be thinking about selling Scrooge for a long time. So we shouldn't see any red candles immediately. Now, don't get me wrong. When we go 5x, there will be some people that sell. They shouldn't.
Without a doubt.
So we might see a dip after 5, 6, 10x, but in the end, we're going to continue climbing. And remember, for everybody on this call, it's all about daily volume. The more volume we get, whether it's a buy or sell, because even if somebody's selling, you guys are all making money, whether they're buying or selling. Everybody who's on this call is honestly making a fortune. So hopefully that answered your question. Let me see if okay, we got a hand here, Crypto. Go ahead, Crypto. Crypto, are you there?
Hello. Okay, I had the wrong speaker sound. What about the casino license that you'll be needing in the future to operate a casino online?
Well, remember, we're operating. It's more of a game. Okay, so because there is no pay to play, then we're not going to have a casino license. Meaning somebody isn't coming into the casino and actually having to give us money in order to enter into the games. The way our casino is going to operate is all you have to do is hold Scrooge. So you have to have a casino license.
In person, are you on about like an actual casino, or are you on about an online with using Scrooge?
It's gonna be an online and web casino, so you can either go play on your desktop or you can connect to your mobile phone. But we're not gonna build a brick and mortar casino where people can go in. It won't be a brick and mortar. We might sponsor tournaments, brick and mortar, especially here in America, just to get our name out there. We might sponsor some players, put a patch on their arm or something along those lines. But we're not going to do any kind of brick and mortar casino. We have no plans for that now, and even in the future. I don't know that we would ever go live. It's a possibility to do a pay to play. Here in America, it's really limited as far as the states that allow online gaming. You have to be located in specific states. So in my mind right now, there is no plans for a brick and mortar casino, only a play to earn where you just go in, you play, you don't have to spend your own money. You connect your wallet, you have Scrooge, you can actually win live monetary rewards and a lot of them. So we keep everybody happy, even the later investors. Hopefully that answers your question.
Same kind of thing as pancake swaps, like lottery then, I guess.
It's not a lottery because you're not having to stake your own funds. You're not
regulation. I just mean the same regulation as that DEX.
Yeah, there is no regulation. It's we're giving you free money, and there's no regulation around that. And it's cryptocurrency. We're basically just giving you money because you hold Scrooge, and you're not paying for anything. So there is no regulation against it right now. All right, we got Novocaine. Go ahead.
I actually hit the button and then it wouldn't let me unhit the button. But I just want to say I've been to Vegas, and a giant casino with a big Scrooge head on it kind of has an appeal.
It does, don't it? We're blowing this thing up. Like I said, the casino is just the start. We're going to go way beyond the casino as far as projects are concerned. So the casino is going to be the bread and butter of Scrooge. It's going to keep everybody interested, especially when people are winning thousands of dollars. Everybody's going to be happy because of the amount of money that's flooding into the casino. And then once everybody's happy, they're going to keep buying Scrooge. We're all going to keep making money, and we can begin to go into other projects.
I'm assuming that there's at least a couple people in this room that are familiar with the Floki token.
Yes,
okay.
I am.
That token basically went astronomical off strictly marketing with absolutely zero utility.
Yep.
But now they're getting to the end of that and they're starting to pay the price because they ran that marketing train to the end, and now utility supposedly comes out in February. But my question is, with this big marketing push, it's kind of got to be strategic because you need to have your utility before you cross that line of over marketing.
Yeah, that's well, here's the difference between us and everybody else. We're going to be transparent as far as where the project is, where people can see what's coming. And more than anybody, I understand the parabolic, and then if no utility is birthed, that what it can do to the price. And again, even if it goes parabolic and everybody sells, you know, we still make a fortune. We don't want our price to drop substantially. We want it to continue going up. But no matter what, in the end, cryptocurrency is going to be choppy, right? There's going to be seasons of up, seasons of dip. For Scrooge, I understand that we don't want to go parabolic and then have nothing in line in order to keep the end users interested. And that's why the casino is we need it to be birthed within 90 to 120 days, at least the beta, so that people can see what's going on. The beta users can tell everybody they're winning and all that. And we're going to keep users interested. And we're going to keep people wanting to buy into Scrooge long term. And then once we do the casino and we begin to put other utilities into Scrooge as well, and we're not going to talk about that yet, but there's not going to be anybody that really wants to sell the coin. Okay, I mean it's going to be a long-term vision, guys. Okay, so go ahead and on to the next. Hopefully that answered your question. We got Jason Fry. Go ahead.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going good. How you doing, Jason?
Not bad, man. Hey, I just had a quick question on the marketing end. Another coin like EGC, for example, opened up to their whole community where they could make marketing materials, keychains, shirts, hats, you know, just merchandise they could make on their own and sell and get the word out. What's y'all's thought on something like that?
We're not against it. My son's already talking about merch. I mean, that's something where we're going to need a ton of holders, right? If you know, in order for us to gravitate in a direction like that, I mean, I think EGC, and I'm very familiar with EGC. I still like it as a project, but they've already reached that stage where the holders, you know, I buy into EGC and my rewards really, I could spend 30 grand and may only get a couple $100 a month in rewards. So they've already reached that parabolic stage. And now that they don't have anything to keep these end users or these late investors interested, because everybody wants more money, right? They're losing people, they're selling, and they're going into other projects. And that's what we're going to avoid. We're not going to have that stage where, okay, the people are receiving less rewards and they have no other ways to create any kind of income. We're creating the casino, which, you know, there's mechanics behind gambling. And I used to be a gambler. I don't really gamble a lot anymore, but I love Texas Holdem. I love the casino mentality. And think about it like this: you're going to be able to win money and not lose money. People are going to be, they're going to want to be occupied in this thing, guys. So just think long-term vision. Okay. Hopefully that answered your question. Did you have any other ones, Jason?
No, I was just going to say, congrats. I'm one of those that sold my entire EGC bag to buy into this one. So
you did the right thing, brother. You did the right thing. So,
yeah,
your
that was the next.
Your BUSD rewards, when you see what they're going to be with this coin versus EGC, you're going to fall in love. All right, let's go ahead and do the next. Anybody else here? I don't see anybody's hand raised. You know, I think the reason why we don't have as many questions as some other coins do is because I'm so transparent, right? I've been with you guys since the beginning. I'm going to continue doing that. So I think, what is it, Mr. Kaz? I just opened up somebody.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. If we were wanting to pick up more coins when this thing opens up, what's the price difference going to be? I'm kind of an amateur with crypto, so I'm not sure.
You're going to get 600 billion per BNB. So in the pre-sale, you got 660 per BNB, and you evaded the tax. There's a 14% tax on every buy and sell transaction. That's what puts money in your pocket, puts money in Holder's pocket, puts money in the casino and the marketing. And then so you're going to be hit with that tax when you buy, but don't let that deter you. Right now we're at 9 zeros, man. Until we burn at least 2 zeros, if I were you guys, I would be putting my BUSD rewards into this project, because all that's going to do is increase your passive income. And what you guys should be thinking is long term. Imagine in 3 to 4 months if you can create a 6-figure income just from Scrooge, right? This really is a life-changing project for everybody on this call, and I want you guys to see it that way. Everybody who bought in Scrooge early, it's going to probably change your life. For some of you, it might not, because you've already got a lot of money. But for people who work and save and stuff like that, it's going to create a substantial enough passive income where you're going to be able to do whatever you want in life. All right? And that's a reality.
Time for one more question. I thought of
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, in regards to the casino, are you thinking like maybe if you have, say, certain tournaments where you have to be holding X amount of Scrooge to participate?
Well, yes, there's going to be multiple varying layers of tournaments. I don't know if you guys know anything about Poker Stars or anything like that, but in Poker Stars, you can take one ticket, and then it's what's called satellite tournaments. So you can take one ticket and you can try to buy into the next one, the next one, the next one. There's going to be something like that. But in your bigger tournaments, like, you know, $1 million tournaments, there will be specific requirements structured around what you have to have or what you have to have done in order to enter into those tournaments. But we'll also allow people who don't hold as much Scrooge an opportunity to get in through a satellite tournament, which means they got to win one lower level tournament to get into the higher level tournaments, if that makes sense.
Yeah, great, thank you.
But yes, you are right. There's going to be specific requirements, but that doesn't mean that they're not going to have other tournaments that they can access where they can still make money. Hopefully that answers your question. All right, Shahar, go ahead, Shahar. Shahar, you ready?
How you doing, buddy?
Good. You?
So quick question. Usually, I mean, can you hear me? Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you just fine.
Okay. So Yeah. So usually, I mean, I've been in crypto for a really long time, and I've been in other coins where you have BUSD rewards, BNB rewards, and pretty much in order to get those rewards, usually the contract sells a certain amount of money in order to pay those off. The only thing is
So
when
you're
you
breaking up
do that,
really bad.
put
You're
the
breaking
chart
up
and
really
you see
bad.
red
So it's
candles.
hard for me
Is that going to
to
be the same on
understand your
here?
question. All right, let's go to the next one, then we'll come back to you. Check and bake, go ahead. Check and bake, you ready?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can. Here we go. So I just want to say, not a question, more of just I appreciate your vision and what you brought to the table with this. You know, like I said, I was very fortunate that somebody just happened to hit me up. I am a gambler. I do like DraftKings, FanDuel. I was just in Vegas about a month ago, but you know, online gambling and you know, I know this is a little bit different because it's crypto. You just play to earn, but just the concept, I think is amazing, and I think it is a long term objective. And so I'm very excited about this project. You know, so I just want to say thank you for putting that together, and let's get this thing going.
Yeah, I think all of us are. You know, at the end of the day, every single one of us are early holders, and we're all invested. So I think every one of us are excited about this project and where it's going to go. Thanks, Shake and Bake. Yeah, Shahar, I can hear you now. Go ahead.
Okay, so my question was, like I said, I've been in crypto for a really long time, and I've been in a lot of coins where you have BUSD rewards, you have BNB rewards, but in order to get those rewards, the contract used to sell in order to pay out all the people, and that used to hurt the chart a lot. Where suddenly you have, you know, $10,000 sell the contract in order to pay all those BUSD or whatever. Is that going to be the same situation on here?
No, I mean every time you see a buy, even though the contract pays out BUSD rewards, whenever you see a buy, you're going to see a green candle, right? You're going to see a green candle because there's going to be a greater transaction on the buy side. The only time you're going to see red is when somebody sells. So no, it isn't the case with this coin. You're only going to see your red when somebody sells the coin itself, and you'll see that shortly when we go live on PoopCoin.
I know that when people sell, you see red candles. The question is when you get, is the contract selling at all in order to pay out BUSD?
It's an automatic transaction based upon our contract. Every time the transaction takes place, it's automatic. Okay, it's automatic, and then the coins are released after 60 minutes. So on every transaction, it's already happening. And I understand what you're saying. You're wondering does the contract stipulate that it waits for 60 minutes, then it buys or sells our coin, buys BUSD and delivers. But the contract is written so that on every buy and sell transaction on a buy, then the BUSD rewards are bought and sent out after every 60 minutes. So you're not going to see massive candles when the BUSD rewards are going out. Hopefully that answers your question.
Gotcha.
And I understand what your question is.
All right, cool.
All right. So Shahar, I think you were next. Go ahead.
No, you already answered my question. Thanks, bro.
Okay. Matt, go ahead.
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you, Matt.
Okay. Just back to the whole distribution of BUSD crashing coins. I think what the person was mentioning is some devs blame it on the BUSD risk redistribution because they're selling their own liquidity and pulling the rug slowly on people. But if you are actually only taking the BUSD out of the tax, then every buy and every sell is paying through the tax, and it's not directly impacting the coin, correct?
That is correct. At least now, some people aren't efficient when writing a contract, and I think Shahar could be correct, because sometimes it's distributed every 60 minutes and then they're actually selling the tokens and buying BUSD. And I'm not the developer, so I don't know the ins and outs. But you're right. I mean, typically it's people, decreasing the liquidity, selling their own tokens and stuff like that. And that's why Scrooge is not going to go down because we're sending you guys BUSD rewards. It's only going to go down when people sell the coin. So I don't expect it to go down for a while, right? I mean, there should be nobody selling short term, and there should be nobody selling until we maybe 10x. People are going to take money out if they 10x. They might sell half of their tokens and keep the other half. But we should see a pretty lengthy green chart, guys, and it's going to be good. The most
I've got
important
pretty decent confidence in this token. I won't mention one of your competitors' names, but I'll just say there's another US-based token out there with BUSD rewards that has an honest team that has doxed themselves like you doxed yourself. And I have yet to see any repercussions from all the BUSD I've received. So I'm looking forward to this token doing the same thing.
It's rare. Does that token have a similar utility or a utility that they're focused on generating?
Not as what do you call it? Not as deliberate of a marketing idea that you have. So I do foresee this one passing it up. But theirs is just based upon a group of members that are tired of getting burned and everybody doxing each other with social media accounts and being a trustworthy community. But you have the utility on top of that. So
tell me I don't care. You tell me who you're talking. Look, guys, I'm not opposed to us looking. Yeah.
So
Okay. I like
the other token, if you look it up, then if you really want to know, is the Glow token, GLOW.
Okay.
And it's got a similar concept to yours, but without the marketing utility that you're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, utility is going to be important, or you're going to eventually see the red candles, and sometimes it could burn off immediately. Look, guys, I'm one of those guys. If I see a good project, you're probably going to hear from me. Okay. Even though this is all about Scrooge, this is all about everybody. I want to help you guys create as much wealth as I possibly can. And that means we might help participate in other sales if we believe in the team. So this is all about us creating as much money for each other as we possibly can. It's going to start with Scrooge. It might not end there. Okay. All right. Let's see if we got anybody else here. Joshua Finley. Is anybody on the call that won? Is anybody on the call that won? Somebody raise their hand if you won money.
Hey, can you hear me?
Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
All right. Super excited about this opportunity. I actually just came upon it today, actually a couple hours ago. So it's pretty cool. Just a couple questions. Will the casino be generating BUSD rewards for all members?
So the casino is going to be generating BUSD rewards. It's up to you to get in that casino and take that money, right? So only holders can get in. So if you have Scrooge, you're going to be able to access the casino, play the slots, play the Texas Holdem poker games, and then win money. So it's just money that you can win on top of the early BUSD. Look, at the end of the day, you guys on this call, you might not care. You're probably going to have fun in the casino, but you're going to be making a lot of money on the BUSD rewards. It's those late investors that come in that aren't making as much BUSD as you are. Those are the ones that we're going to keep with the casino and then other gaming avenues as we grow bigger and bigger and bigger. So the casino mainly is to just keep everybody wanting to buy and hold Scrooge. Okay.
Gotcha.
Anything else?
One more question for you real quick.
Sure.
Somebody in the chat had a question, but their phone wasn't working, so I'll ask it for them. How is the dev team going to make money?
So in our white paper and on the website, the team, we hold $50 trillion or 50 trillion coins, or 10% of the total Scrooge. Okay. So, and the reason why we're doing that, it's a large portion of the coins, but we're going to have to hire an astronomical amount of people over time, right? We plan on, right now we're a team of 7, and we're going to grow to 20, hopefully within the next 30 days. but it's going to, as the casino begins to be operational and as the coin grows, this is what's going to separate us from everybody else. The support that you've seen from me already, as far as the coin is concerned, is the same type of support that we want this coin to have long term, right? And it's going to create trust. It's going to create usability. So we're going to hire a ton of people. There's going to be people on Facebook, Telegram, Reddit who are going to be answering questions at all times. And that's where the team is going to be paid from the team wallet. No coins within the team wallet. Really, they can't ever be bought and sold. I had to make legal statements saying that if I sold them, I could go to prison for life. Same thing with the casino. No matter what, even if they're unlocked in the future, I can't do anything with those coins legally, or I could go to prison. I'm not. I got 4 kids and a wife.
Gotcha. Thank you. Thanks for answering my question. Just real quick, one more thing. So we have about an hour till it goes live on PancakeSwap, correct?
Well, yeah. I mean, I think that we're going to be wrapping up this call pretty soon, and then I've got a couple things that I got to get done, and then we're going live, and then you guys will see the poo chart, and you guys will start seeing that green, baby. You got to see the green, and then hopefully, I want you guys to start seeing BUSD reflections before the end of the night. I want you to be like, dang, I bought into Scrooge. I got money just coming in. I'm just chilling, and I got money coming in. This is going to create freedom, financial freedom for so many people, and it's not just us. People who get in now and, before a couple zeros, they're also going to be able to create financial freedom. So it's not just about us on this phone call. Everybody who buys in for quite a while is going to be able to experience this same financial freedom that we are. So hopefully that answers your question. Let's go ahead and go on to the next, if we got any. All right, we got, I think, Novocaine. Novocaine, you already asked a question, but let's see if you got another one. Novocaine?
Yeah, I got a quick question.
Go ahead.
It's going back a minute. Obviously, you got to wait your turn. So it's going back to the tax issue.
To the what issue?
Going back to the tax. You said 14% tax on any buy and sell.
Yes.
My question is do we get taxed the 14% to transfer from wallet to wallet? The reason I say that is in case of a wallet compromise or anything of that nature, or sometimes the dollar amount gets so big, I want to, and a lot of them have like SafeMoon just rewrote their contract so that wallet to wallet is only 2% and buy and sell is 14%. And that will help later with utility for like payment and things like that, because it's comparable with like Visa or MasterCard or those kind of things.
So let me answer your question, Novocaine, real quick, because I understand the concept. I don't know. My dev hasn't really, I never actually specified that. My understanding is if the only tax is going to be on buy and sell, and that's the way my dev has made it. So what's going to happen after we go live, I'll transfer a little bit of tokens or have somebody else transfer a little bit of tokens to another wallet and see, because I don't want you guys to do it until I know for sure that there's no tax. So I know my son bought in. I'll talk to him and maybe get him to transfer some tokens and see what happens. And then I'll let you guys know in this chat. Right as soon as we go live, I'll see if he can do that for me. And then I'll let you guys know. But from my understanding, and I'm not the developer, there is no tax on the transfer of tokens from one wallet to the next. It's only if you buy and sell. So the contract can't create a tax when there is no buy and sell transaction. Hopefully that's answered your question, but I will make sure that I've answered you correctly and post it in the chat and let you guys know.
All right, perfect. Thanks, man.
All right, we got Cleva. Go ahead, Cleva.
Hey man, so my next question is going to be at launch, is there any type of like anti-bot stuff going on for the first few minutes?
So I asked everybody about that. I haven't looked at the chat. There's 2 sides to that coin. Okay. I'm leaning towards no bot. I was leaning towards a bot in the beginning, but because we're so exposed, if we put a bot in there, I was thinking 2 BNB for 200 transactions. But if somebody wants to come in and buy 5 BNB, they may not be on this call, so they're not going to know that they can't buy 5 BNB they might get so frustrated that they can't buy. So I'm leaning towards no bot, but I'm going to look at how you guys responded, because I have to do that prior to going live, whether we're going to go bot or not. So I'm going to look at what you guys have said, and I'm just going to let it be a community vote. I think everybody said no, probably 80–90%, but I'm going to look. So as of right now, I think we're leaning towards just letting people come in. And then, you know, if they sell, and we 10X and they sell, we still make a lot of money. So I think it's a win-win just to let it roll.
Okay, and one quick one. Are you going, and you're obviously going, well, I assume you're obviously going to, but you're going to notify everyone on chat the second you finalize pink sale, correct?
Yes. Yeah, I'll let you guys know, and then you guys can claim your tokens, and we'll be live on Poochart immediately thereafter.
Right on, man. Cool. Sounds good. Thank you.
All right, one more. Did anybody win that's on the chat? Because I know we drove a lot of traffic from Facebook. We had a lot of buyers over there. So I was hoping that somebody would be of one, but it doesn't look like it. And it looks like we have no other questions. All right. So guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. We're going to go live. If for some reason you had a question and it wasn't answered, just let Jerome know, and then we will get with you guys, okay? All right, we're going to go ahead and go, and then we'll wrap it up. And if there's a questions unanswered, you guys leave it in the chat. Jerome will make sure I get it.
Appreciate everything. Have a good day.
You too.